Welcome to GK Tech Talk. In today's video, we are going to discuss enums. To hold constants. To declare some constants inside a enum, we can use across the application. So it seems to be a class, but it's not a class. But internally, it is using a class kind of functionality. So we can declare multiple constants inside a enum, and we can make use of it. We can declare enum inside a class also, but you can't declare inside a method. If you try to declare inside a method, you will get a compile time exception. Okay. Similarly, whenever you declare a enum, so each and every constant is the direct child class of enum class, which is existed in java.lang package. Okay. So enum having two methods. One is get values. Get values method, it will return a array of enums. So all these things we can go through a program. Okay. So in a program we will see how to use enums in switch statement and what are the rules are applicable to use enums.
Yeah, now we will see how to create an enum. Okay, first we will see how to create an enum, and then we can go through different rules applicable to enum. Okay, here I have a package enum demo, so I am going there and clicking on new, clicking on enum. So it will ask for name. So just like class name how we are giving, similarly here I am giving my enum name like cars. Okay, I created. So in cars I am just declaring my constants. Constants always it should be in caps, and it has to be static and final. By default here inside enum, whatever constant you declare, that will be static and final and public, so you can access them directly. Okay, you can access them directly from another class. Okay, now here I am declaring BMW bench, declaring some car brands. Okay, Hyundai, Maruti. Okay, I declared multiple constants. I am trying to access these constants from a class. Okay, there is a class my car. Here I am trying to access. How we can access? Suppose if I want to print a brand, then we have to access like enum name. What is my enum name? Cars, right? Car dot car dot you can access, sorry, cars dot, you will see all the values, right? Here if you see, we have a method called cars, a method called values. This values method will return list of cars. Okay, all the constants it will return basically. So you can access bench here. So if you want to print, you can print it. Okay, if you print it, it will print the value. Okay, so whenever you want to print all the values, then what you have to do is you need to take cars dot values. Values is a method where it will return cars array. Okay, so all constants it will return in a array. So once you got that, you can store it inside cars array. Okay, you can iterate them and you can print the value. How you can iterate? We already gone through control flows, right, in last video. If you don't know, don't worry, you just go through that video. Okay, so here I am iterating all the cars list. This is an array. Arrays concept also we already revised in the last video. Okay, if you don't know arrays concept, please go through that video first and then come across enums. Okay, this is the order you can learn. Here I am taking cars So this is enhanced for loop actually. So using enhanced for loop, I am doing the iteration. I'll just keep this one inside here. I'm removing here cars dot, every time you will get a car dot even name. So car dot name means it will print the value. Okay, so if you run it, see, we are able to print all the values of enum using method called values. Enum dot values. Values is a method which you can use to get all the values from the enum. It will give as an array, enum array. Okay, how you can access single enum? You can directly access using enum dot that constant. Okay, if you want to put some condition using enum, how I can place, I want to print only BMW, remaining things I don't want to print. And how we can put in a condition, we can compare enums like this. See, enum car, I am getting car dot equals, you directly placed cars dot BMW, I want to print only BMW cars, I don't want to print others. So if I place the condition like that, then it will print only BMW. Suppose if you want to compare with a string, then what you have to do is you need to get the name and then you need to compare. Suppose you are getting a value from some method and you want to compare with this enum, then you need to convert that into string and then we have to compare. Okay, we can't create objects to enums. Basically internally it is implementing a class concept, but still you can't create any object to enum. You can access constants directly. Why? Because all the constants are static and final. Just remember, all the constants are static and final, so that you can able to access them directly using the enum dot that particular constant. Okay, basically enum is internally using class, and each and every constant of enum, it is a subclass of direct subclass of enum class. There is a class called java.lang.enum. In the lang package there is a class called enum. For that particular enum, all these constants are child classes, so we can't create any object but we can use them. Okay, so this is the way we can compare enums, and we have a method called dot values. Similarly, we have one more method, that is ordinal. So ordinal is nothing but we can call it as a index also, but here as a method we can call it as a ordinal. See, basically ordinal represents the index where we have our constant based on the order. Order is important here. See, based on the order it will give the ordinal. Okay, so here I will try to get the ordinal. See, ordinal is int. Okay, so I am getting the bench ordinal. What is the ordinal for bench? That I am trying to, it's a integer. Why? Because it's a index value, so it's a integer. Int index equal to, I am taking the bench index or ordinal, whatever it is. So I am just trying to print it out. If you go to bench here, this is the second one, right? Bench ordinal. Just try to run it, you will get the ordinal of bench. Okay, see, index always starts from 0. So what is the ordinal? 1. Okay, 0 1. Okay, this is how we can access enums into your class. Even you can declare a enum inside your class itself. So I want to declare an enum like months. Okay, enum months. Okay, I'm taking a enum months. Inside enum months I am declaring Jan, Feb, March. Okay, suppose I declared 3 months inside this enum. So you can access this months inside this class. Okay, this is how you even declare, but you can't declare enum inside a method. If I try to move inside a method, then you will get a error. Suppose here I'm taking a method public void m1. I'm taking a method, so inside that method I am trying to place a enum. Okay, so but it won't accept. Why? Because enums we can declare inside a class, but we should not. See, member enum months can only be defined inside a top level class or interface, not in a static context. Okay, so we can't declare any enums inside a method, but we can declare inside a class. Okay, how we can declare? This is the way you can declare. Okay, you can write separately, or even you can use within the class. When you will write separately, suppose your enum is used across the application, then you better to write separately. If your enum is just specific to one particular logic, then you can write within the class. That is the way you have to choose way to write, way how to write. Okay, so now you are clear, right? So enum is a group of constants. It will hold a group of constants, and we can access them using dot get values, and we can get the index using dot ordinal. Okay, dot get values, it will give the array of enums. Each and every enum constant is a subclass of enum class, which is existed in lang package. Okay, but you can't create any object to enum for your enum. So if you try to create a object for cars, what it will say, we'll see. Okay, cars, my cars equal to new cars. If I try to create enum, see, it's not allowing. Why? Because cannot instantiate type cars. We can't instantiate. Why? Because cars is a enum. Can we do inheritance concept as part of enum? No, you can't inherit any class from your enum. Just try it out, that one also. So here if you try to extends keyword, you can't use it here. Extends my car, suppose I am taking my car. Okay, see, if you use extends keyword, it is saying syntax error, implemented expected. See, you can even implement interface, but we can't extend a class. So through enum you can't extend a class, you can't create object, but enum can have a constructor. We can create a constructor for enum. So here I am creating a constructor. Okay, cars is a constructor. When it will be called? Whenever you are handling a, you are using a constant, that time it will be called. So here I'm just giving a system out, so that we will know when it is going to print. Constructor of cars enum. Okay, we'll see when it is going to call. So now I created a constructor, right? I am executing this. See, it is calling the constructor of cars at the time of loading. So if you don't use any of the, if you don't use anything from cars enum, then it won't print anything from the constructor. Okay, just will cross verify it. Okay, see here I am not using anything from cars enum, so just run it. it's nothing printing. Okay, suppose if you try to get the index, then also it will load all the constants, so it will print all the statements for each and every time it is calling the constructor. For each and every constant it is calling the constructor. That's why we are getting this many system outs. Okay, so this is how internally enums will work. So what's the use of constructor? Suppose if you want to initialize something, uh, constructor purpose is like to initialize something. So we already discussed this constructors concept also. If you don't know regarding constructors, please go through that constructors video. Okay, so constructor is basically to use initialize values. So to initialize your values you have to use the constructor. So in my cars enum I used a constructor. See, even here you can pass some value. See, here I'm passing 10,000. Suppose I'm passing just mileage of each and every brand, I can say. Okay, see here we are getting error of putting. Why? The constructor int is undefined. So here if you are able to provide int mileage, then it will agree. So but for all constructor for all enum constants we are giving the value. Simply I'm giving some random value. Okay, so I am giving like this. Okay, so even you can create a method inside the enum. I am trying to create a method inside enum. Public void test method. Can create a method inside a enum. We'll see how to use enums as part of switch statement. Okay, this is enum method. Okay. So we can call this method from here. How you can call? So if you see here you have a test method, right? So this is how. Why? Because bench is a constant which is a subclass of enum class. You created a method, right? So then you can able to access that test method, right? Yeah, so if you call this it will print that one. It will go and execute that particular method and it will print the statement whatever we given inside that method. Okay, this is how we can even create a methods inside that. Even you can declare them as static as well. So if you declare, if you didn't given any public, or if you try to give private, see, you can't access them. If you give private you can't access them. Okay, if it is public you can able to access. Static also you can give. Okay, then also you can able to access. If you give static, then see how it will be. See here itself you can able to access. If you give a static method using cars dot this particular method you can access, but if you change it to normal method then it won't be available to call like that. You need to call using some constant, basically bench dot, then you will get that test method. Why? Because static methods are class level. Class level means enum level itself it will be available. That's why you are able to call without having any constant. You can directly call cars dot that particular method. Okay, if it is a static method. Okay, so now we are clear, right? So one more time I will just execute this enter class, and I will explain you. See, now we gone through multiple rules. Okay, enum has to be declared inside a class, not inside a method. If you try to declare inside a method, you will get a compile time error, not runtime, compile time error. Okay, what are the types of methods you can declare? You can declare a method. If you declare a static method, you can access it directly using your enum name dot that particular method. If it is normal method, you can access it using a constant inside the enum. Okay, that we already seen now. Next one is, we have two methods. One is ordinal. Ordinal will give index of the particular constant. Like how we can call the ordinal? Enum dot constant dot ordinal. So get values. Get values is a method which will return all the enums of your enum. From your enum, all the constants it will return as a array. Basically, suppose if you want to compare two enums, you can use equals method. But if you want to compare a string with the enum, then you should not use directly equals. If you try to do that, you will get a exception. So you have to convert that into string. How you will get the string format of enum constant? Dot name. Dot name means you will get the string format of that particular enum constant. Then you can compare with the string. Okay, whenever you are doing comparison, just be careful what you are comparing. So if you are comparing a string, you have to convert that into string, otherwise you can't compare. Okay, these are the rules you have to follow while working with the enums. So one last thing is, enums you can use as a switch inside a switch statement. How we can use, we'll see through program. We'll see how to write switch statement. This is the last one. So first I'm taking cars, c equal to my car equal to cars dot binge. I'm taking this. Okay, switch statement I'm taking. Inside switch I'm passing my car. Okay, and I'm writing cases. Case my car, sorry, bench system dot. So just printing the value. So chosen bench. Okay, you can take like this. You can take the my car here dot name and print like this. Okay, so each and every case should end with a break. If you don't have break, it will repeat, it will continue till end. Okay, that's why you have to have break. So I'm taking the break, and after then again I'm writing the one more statement. So now I'm taking BMW. Okay, if you didn't choose anything, by default it should take the default one. I'm taking the default one now. So either BMW or bench. Hyundai Maruti is there, right? Hyundai Maruti. So here providing Hyundai, next Maruti. Okay, if not all these things, then the case default. DEFAULT default. Okay, and default nothing chosen. Then car not available. printing it and break. This is how we can write a switch statement. Here we are passing the bench, and we are doing all these things. So based on our selection, it will print the value. So here I am passing bench, so it will print bench. Okay, correct? This is how it will work. So these are the concepts you have to practice once, so that you can utilize the enum whenever it's required.
This is the concept of enums. I hope everyone understood enums concept. It's a very simple one. Just try it out. If you have any questions or any blocks while trying it out, so please just give me a comment to my video, so I will immediately reply you back. Like and subscribe to my channel and share it to your friends, so that they can also learn through it, and click on the bell icon, so that whenever I upload a video you will get a notification. Now onwards I will try to put videos on regular basis. At least day after the day I will post a video. Okay, Saturday, Sunday definitely I will post a video. Okay, I am planning to come up with new tutorials like HTML and Python. So if you want any other things, please give a comment, so that I will try to come up with those tutorials as well. Okay, thanks for watching once again. We'll meet in next video. Until then, take care. Goodbye.